Hey y'all, I want to show you something cool. Check this out. This is the new restroom up here upstairs. Let's see, the closets are redone, the sinks have been redone. There's Gage, he's been doing a ton of work in here. Not necessarily new toilets. Actually, I think there's new toilets in here, right?
Yes, sir. They flush.
Brand new toilets that flush pretty good. Watch this. Boom. That's awesome. And over here on the women's side, Parker and James waiting on the new mirror. The same deal, brand new beautiful countertops, new toilets that flush really well, and we're loving. There you go, but these babies are going to be open on Sunday, so y'all come check them out. We're pretty excited about our new bathrooms, and we're so grateful not only to James and his crew, but also there's been lots and lots of volunteers that have been involved in that project. So we had set money aside to fix 2 bathrooms, and instead, because so many people volunteered and so many people were great stewards, there were actually 8 restrooms that were able to be renovated in one way or another. It's just fantastic. So the ones upstairs will be ready on Sunday. The ones down by Little Road will be ready, we think, next week. But we praise God for that. Thank you so much, volunteers. So I'm in here in the worship center now. As you can see, we're getting ready for cattle. There's guys that you can hear up hanging the scrum, which is such a funny word, but they're ready, and so y'all keep praying for them. This Sunday in Connection Groups, though, we're talking about Joseph, and golly, is that such a great story, right? But as you read through the curriculum, you might be thinking to yourself, dude, there is just nothing new here at all. And I had the same thought too. It's really solid. Everything is exactly correct, but there's just nothing new and profound. And then I had to stop and catch myself. New and profound is not the point. Like, if we're discovering new things about a story that is 5,000 years old, we're probably doing it wrong, right? And even more so, we're really missing the obvious and the important points. And that is the fact that God does, in fact, intentionally work through our trials and our tribulations and the stuff that goes wrong in our lives. Whether, and this is pretty extraordinary, whether the stuff that goes wrong in our lives is a result of our own sin or the result of those around us, or if it really is just, quote unquote, an accident, right? God is at work all the times in our lives, and we need to hear that, and we especially need to hear that as we are experiencing trials and tribulations in our lives. And I think maybe that's what we forget sometimes is we've read these stories, and if we've read these stories at a time frame when we're not experiencing anything hard, it's really easy to go, there's nothing new for me here today. We need to hear these stories. We need to be reminded of these stories, not only for our own selves and our own souls and our own hearts, but also for those around us, so that we can distribute, it's not just information, these truths to people. Man, God is active in your life. He is constantly working to shape you and form you for his glory. He's constantly working to use you to advance the kingdom and do good, not only in your life, but to do good in the lives of those around you. Joseph's story is extraordinary, not just because of how God saved his family, but how God used Joseph to save lots and lots of what we would say is unbelievers too. And the Lord wants to do the same thing with us. Maybe not from the scale of Joseph, but there's those principles in place. And yeah, he's going to use the hard stuff in our lives to get us to that point. And it might take a long time. Joseph went through all this stuff over the course of 25 years, right? And it's easy to forget that from the Old Testament, because you just read, it's like 5 or 6 chapters, the story of Joseph. I guess it's 11 chapters. It's not long, but you're time jumping 25 years over the course of that time. God's at work in our lives. So be encouraged by that. Joyfully expound upon that truth. Even again, if there's nothing new from the lesson, new is not the point. It's rejoicing over old truths. And the reason why old truths are so helpful, it's because those things are still true. And it's because we serve a God that does not change. Guys, I love y'all. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. Again, pray for cattle. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye.